Hello. I want to find out if this is working. I need my headphones in. One moment. Hello. Stop streaming. Okay, it says we're live. Hmm. Okay. I'm currently in properties for YouTube chat. Trying to. Okay, hang on. I've got messages. Ah, okay. I'm in apparently. I'm trying to make YouTube chat slightly less mental. Font size, font height, line height. Height, scroll bar, reduce side padding. Yeah, I'm not very good at resizing this thing. It seems crazy. Yeah, I just copied it off some random internet source. The font is not very legible, but it's the best I can make it. I don't know how to do this. Heidi Quicken Kupo Sugar. Okay, I think I can read this on my small screen. Let's see how big. Ah, okay. So it takes up half of the thingy bob. Can you hear me? I imagine the microphone quality is very bad because currently I'm using Bluetooth headphones with a shoddy little microphone connected. I don't know where best to put this. Hmm. Any thoughts? You can hear me fine. I bet the audio quality is terrible compared to what I'm used to, but I'll have to make do. What do you suggest? How can I reposition this YouTube chat? I can't make it narrower. Oh, game audio. The game audio is really loud in my ears, so I'm not having a particularly good time with it. But worse still is this YouTube chat. Where the hell do I put it? I'm afraid that if I put it here, I can't I can't resize it so that it's not horrendous. No game audio at all. Feck. Alright. I'll leave this on for a bit. So it seems to be either microphone or game. Right. That's less than ideal because apparently last time you couldn't hear me talk. Put it at the bottom. Yeah, but the thing is it will start disappearing. Like right now. I can't see anything now. If I make this a tad smaller, I don't need that information, the location, effects, and so on. I'll put you here. Eventually, it won't scroll up. It probably will when it's at the end, but hang on, let me just see if I can edit this. Transform. Ooh, okay. Edit transform. Position, size. Ah, success. Oh no, no success. It's just squishing everything. Aha, crop. Aha, success. I've discovered the solution to my problem. 200, 300, 400. There we go. Okay, so say this is how I crop it. Close. And I put this here. Will it now scroll? Please type something. Going to get pizza out of oven, be right back. Okay, I can't see that at all. Feck. Alright. This is less than ideal. Properties. If I reduce the width by... Ah, there we go. That's how you do it. That's the spot. Okay, so width can be a bit bigger, so 350 maybe. Okay, and I can get rid of the crop. Ah, not that. Okay. You can tell that I'm an absolute novice at all of this, but I'm not too bothered. Transform. Edit. Okay, let's get rid of this crop. Close. Hopefully, this is going to work. I'll leave it as it is, but you can't hear the game, which isn't ideal. So why cannot you hear desktop audio? Okay. Back, that looks much better. Superb. But the question is, the Wi-Fi's fine, no dropped frames, which is fine. The connection speed is fine. However, there is no game audio. If I turn off my Bluetooth headphones, they are now off. Can you hear me? And is the microphone audio quality better or worse? No game audio is fine by me. Okay, well, got it. That's what we'll do. Let's put these back on. I can hear you. Audio is the same, which is good. Fine. Fantastic. I'm just going to continue then. I am less than interested in playing around with OBS. Maybe I should have put Streamlabs on here as opposed to just normal old-fashioned OBS. Whatever. Okay, we're currently in a fight with... Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, pardon my French. We're currently in a fight with a wizard. Okay, sorry, one more thing. It's too loud. I need to reduce the audio volume. Mixer. Level up land. Put that to about 3. Superb. Okay, we're fighting a wizard just because I came across it. I just want some stuff. He gives good stuff. See, I can't remember what the mimic was like, whether it was actually powerful or, well, whether it actually did any damage or not. I'm imagining I can last a fair while. I mean, I don't have any escapes, but I've got plenty of blasts and strikes and so on, so I can kill it pretty easily. Healing spells I do not have a lot of, but I've got barrier and so on. I'll be fine. Yes, that's the plan. I'm just making my way up to the mimic. I'm currently sitting in the spare room, which is lovely. It has loads of flowers everywhere. It's also kind of a laundry room, so I'm sitting next to 2 crates of socks. Mimics don't have too much health if memory serves. Fantastic. I'm sitting next to crates of socks, and I've got 2 irons next to me for ironing. Loads of pairs of shoes. I'm sitting on the floor on a cushion. This is probably the only place where I can sit right now and not have loads of noise. Anyway, so you said you've been working today, or you've had a lot to do. So tell me, what did you get up to? Unless you can't say, which is also fair enough. Just on tills. Oh, so you're actually at work. Lovely. On tills. Do you do what I suspect many people who work in retail do and judge people when they buy stuff? Big queues. So do you see, if you see somebody, okay, say there's somebody they've bought, I don't know what kind of shop you work in, or kind of establishment. But if you see a, let's say you work in a clothes shop and you see somebody purchase the most ridiculous hat ever, do you quietly judge them as they pass it by the till and you think, what bloody idiot? Is that something? It's all rounder, I suppose. I don't know what an all rounder is. Is it like a supermarket or? Right, I think I'll use a joker and extract some more, though I'm not really getting anything from this bloke. I don't even know what I wanted from him. Jokers, I suppose, are really good. He gives freezes. Eh, I think we're just going to kill him. I notice when people buy tons of Christmas stuff already. Think like B&M, but not B&M. What's B&M? Forgive my ignorance, but I'm not the type of person who goes shopping. So imagine B&M's like a department store or a clothes store. Well, if they're selling Christmas stuff, then I can think of department store. Let's use ourselves a joker and a siphon to top our health up. Another one of these fucks. Alright. I wonder if I have to put a flag on YouTube to say I'm swearing in this. We'll find out. Department store. Okay, fantastic. I have purchased a jumper and a bag from a department store from a Debenhams in good old Slough. That's the only thing I think I've ever purchased from a department store. Good old siphon. So I love the thing I can credit this game the most is having spells that are just completely crap, and then they become all right, and then they become amazing, and then I predict it becomes crap at some point. But siphon is going to be good to the end. But still, something like heal, you think, oh my god, amazing! I can recover 200 health when you've only got about 50 health, and then once you've got 15,000, it's just let's just use some of these. It's like I'm gonna put this. It's like trying to put out a fire with a cup of water. Titan, run! Ain't got no time for you. You don't have anything. Also, you swing. Explain to me why does the Titan's health go up and down? What's that all about? So it actually gives me health sometimes? I wonder. Heal becomes something you use just because you can, pretty much. That was weird. Alright, anyway. I'm gonna use an explore simply because I always get lost in this cave. I think I just need to go up and to the right. Oh, I was right there. It's meant to represent like an earthquake. Unstable. Ah, all is clear. Okay. Alright, I think I'm in the right place now. And another Titan. All this makes me think of is Titan from Final Fantasy VII. The bloke who tears up the ground and flips it onto people. Not gonna lie, Brothers were better than Titan. Brothers were more interesting. There was a bit of rivalry, camaraderie going on there. No, the big brother, he was thick as shit, but you know, he's a powerful one. Titan though, yeah, he was kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like the Final Fantasy VII summons. I reckon they're kind of crap. Maybe even especially Knights of the Round. That one just, I thought it was just kind of dumb. 700, I can kill this guy easy. And he took away his thingy bob again. So seven summons, they summons are kind of ever present. Oh, not that. Summons are. Oh, I may as well just do this. Summons are kind of ever present in Final Fantasy, and yet it seems as though in seven they made the rest of the game. They'd spent so much time on developing some of the characters, the story, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, bugger off. I may as well actually. I might have to actually kill these guys. No, I'm gonna try and run. There we go. They spent so much time developing it, and obviously the angel. You can give me some healing spells, I suppose. You're a top bloke. Unless I'm in the completely wrong place. Every summon in 7 outranks the one you get before it. What do you mean by outranks? What just simply means that the one you get before it is pointless. Don't use it anymore. Is that it? Okay. Hmm. You're in the right place. Okay, fantastic. What did I just get? Have I even got any recovers? I got one. Gee, thanks. You give me one recover. As in, they're all just the same but stronger. I'm not gonna lie. I think I've said before. I've only played Final Fantasy VII once on my own because I remember when I was a kid, I watched my older brothers play it, and they sucked. Well, I think one of them was off school or had like a home day or something. He didn't have to go to school. But when I got back from school, it might have been that he was in secondary school by that point and I was still in primary school. When I got back, he just started laughing, saying, "Ha ha 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 ha, Ares dies, spoiler alert." He didn't say spoiler alert though, he just said, "Ha ha 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 ha." But I didn't have a particularly good time, but still. I imagine this fight would have been more difficult if I only had 500 shield. Hmm. Anyway, so yeah, I've only played Final Fantasy 7 once, and no, none of this. I don't think I ever used the summons. Because first you could only use them once, before you master them or whatever. I don't think I ever bothered with them, and they used a used up a whole load of MP. I think I always just spammed enemy skill. I think enemy skill, magic breath or trine or something. I think those are the ones I just kept using because they were easy and just destroyed anything in my path. But I did play that game on the original PC release with a whole load of mods from QHIM, which are really good. Once per level. What does that mean? Per level. I'm trying to run now, but I think it might be worth my time actually killing this guy. Hmm. You can summon them once per level they have. I just can't remember it enough. Hmm. Oh, I got away. Lovely. I don't need to do anything. I'll use some heals. Fuck it, why not? Alright. So I'm wandering around here. This is the plan. Spirit. Well, you're a dick. I guess I'm going to use a recover. I'm just kidding. Of course I'm going to use a recover. I'm not thick. Come on then. Siphon. Gotta love Siphon now. Angel, again. No. No. Go away. So I think my plan is to just stick with the Mimic as long as possible. So what is it? Enhance, just copy, 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 copy. Sorry, not enhance. What do you call it? You just keep extracting until you get more enhancers. Wonder how many recovers it would take to go from 1 HP to whatever the limit is. Plenty. I'll save you the time. Plenty. The problem with spirits is you have to heal yourself. Because you're going to come across some other asshole. He's going to just one hit you. I'm going to run out of jokers as well. These guys are bastards. So I bet this mimic has he's really good to fight against, but he's going to have a really, really bad encounter rate. Yeah. How many siphons do I have? 3. I've got a fair few restores though. I may as well use restores. Dropped frames 0, which is good. I don't recall the encounter rate. Okay. It's not as though I expect you to know absolutely everything about this game and be able to tell me even the smallest of details at any given time. No. I'm getting cross now. I might have to actually, sit and extract from an angel just to get my spells up. See, this is the problem with farming. You think, okay, I'm going to go here, go here, go here, and do this. It's all laid out perfectly in your mind, and then you realize Shit. I've come across another enemy and that's eating into my budget. I was walking around with 1 HP. That was dangerous. I shouldn't do that. Yeah, yeah. It's the delay. I wonder how I get rid of the delay. Is it in OBS or is it in YouTube somewhere? Because my internet connection is that was a mule move. A right cock up. Alright, while we're waiting for this battle charger to increase, I'm gonna go on OBS and have a look. Settings. Let's have a look. Snap sensitivity. No, that's not what we want. Stream. No. Output. Video bitrate, audio bitrate, recording, blah 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 blah. No, 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 no. What's this? Changing window freezes the game. Yeah, that's not ideal. Stream delay. No, there is no stream delay enabled. So, okay, fine. I actually don't like that. Why did you include that? Just for, I suppose, by mistake. If somebody clicks off the game so they don't die. I worry about the delay because right then you could have you could have saved my life. But yeah, there's no delay apparently. So whatever the delay is, it's going to be either the minimum or. So I'm pretty sure there aren't any settings on YouTube's side of things. I'm impressed with this new fandangled laptop though. I'm on 4.6% CPU usage, and I'm streaming. I suppose it's not a very demanding game, so it's not too bad. But this is the only game I ever publish my gameplay of, apart from SSX. But I doubt that's going to work very well. An emulator on this laptop. That's more of a computer, my desktop game. This is taking forever. I'm not happy. I'm not a happy bunny. I'm gonna have a quick look at the world map. Not the one that I made, the actual one. The one that makes sense. Here we go. So this is a massive patch of grass. I wonder, you could probably tell me now, is the encounter rate relevant to area terrain, or I'm aware. Actually, I'm keeping an eye on the shields. Don't you worry. Does the encounter rate simply? Oh, can the encounter rate change depending on where you are in a given area? So this massive bit of green that I'm in, the grass. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Shh, shut up. I knew what I was doing. This massive bit of grass that I'm in. Does it matter if I'm on the edges or? Okay, I'm gonna get some healing spells. Emphasis on slowly. Yes, indeed. Encounter rate is the same everywhere. Okay. So if an area, for example, has, say, rats and crabs, doesn't matter where I am in particular. If I'm next to the beach or I'm next to the mountain or next to the cave, it will still be the same. Okay, lovely. Every step is 1 in 15. Alright, well, I'm extracting a whole bunch. I'm actually getting many spells. And my leg is starting to go to sleep because I'm sat in a really awkward position. Ow, ow. There we go. Slightly better. Yeah, I actually still haven't given the challenge modes any thought about how I'm going to tackle them. Mimic rate is 20%. Shell check. All right. Well, I haven't had any luck so far. Anyway. Got plenty of regens now. Some more restores, which are good for those spirit bastards. And recovers, a few of those. Recover at this point is essentially the same as Siphon, except I don't have to, with Siphon I don't have to worry about what my current health is, it's the same. Or if it's not. Alright, I got a question for you. Be honest. When I went to fight the dragon, the first time apparently, I can't even remember, but the first time I died, which is fair enough, I think I died pretty much instantly. But the second time, when I was using all the barriers and freezes and so on, did you expect me to die? Did you think, oh, he's cocked up, he's gone there too early? You fully expected me to die. Well, that makes me really happy, actually. That has just massaged my ego a great deal. Ah, I'm actually streaming and recording at the same time. I think I may as well stop recording, but I don't want to click the button in case the stream stops. Anyway, doesn't matter. I've got plenty of hard drive space that can record all at once. It's only 30 FPS. So how are you like when you play? Do you jump around the spells? Because I remember, well, when you showed me a short clip of you doing the Phoenix thing, um, you seemed, I'm not going to lie, I don't want to be too rude, I don't want to be too offensive, but you seem to be all over the shop looking for spells or not really knowing which spells you want to cast. Is that simply because you haven't played the game for a while, or is it, I don't know, do you have some other motive, other reason for it? Because I'm pretty sure I kind of psyched myself up for the dragon battle. I said, out of rhythm. Euphemism for a bit rusty, which is a euphemism for hadn't played it for ages yet. Fair enough. Out of rhythm. Okay, I may as well just escape now because I got plenty of spells from him. Not too many recovers, however. See, this is what happens. You get sidetracked. I've been fighting this guy for ages. Like yesterday, just fighting the spirit, even though I knew that I was wasting my time. Here's something. I can't hear the sound effects. Why can't I hear the sound effects? Did the game bug? Hmm. Yeah. Anyway, I've had enough of that stuff. I'm going to use a restore because I've got plenty of them. I can only use them out of battle. So I'm still looking for mimics. Phoenix, run. Are sound effects turned off in the menu? I do not know that was an option, but I'll have a look. All I hear is the music. I don't hear do 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 or the that stuff. I don't know. Settings. Sound effects on. Colorblind mode. Yes, no, it's not. It's not that. Okay, while we're here, let's have a look. Weak mode. Max health does not grow beyond 300 upon killing enemies. Unchangeable upon leaving the pier. Fine. Horde mode. Battle at every step. That's going to be a right bastard. Permadeath. Cannot save the game until after claiming victory. Battery mode, shield does not recover after battle. Does it recover on the pier? Answers on a postcard. Blind mode, sight is reduced. That's not too bad. I think that's the last one that I'd do. It'd be kind of an easy one. And unanalyzed non-dragon enemy names are invisible. So I don't know who I'm playing against. Makes analyze more useful. Okay, fair enough. Mind rendition of the victory fanfare. Do 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 boo boo. Okay. Let's go near the wall. I know it doesn't make any difference, but I'm getting tired of sitting over there. Ah, not there. Okay, mimic, mimic. Damn it. Yeah, I still can't hear any sound effects. Maybe I'd have to restart the game or there's something going on. Aha, dropped frames, 1.3%. The shield will recover on the pier. Fine. Yeah, dropped frames. A whole load. So, for some reason, the internet went down. Can't really help that, I'm afraid. That's why I thought it might have been a better idea to just record it and upload. Okay, let's go. Phoenix. Are we sure I'm in the right place? The stream is going fine on my end. It says I've got 711 dropped frames, 1.2%. I've got 30 frames a second. That's a good number of seconds apparently that I've lost. Yes, the right place. Where are they? Are you lying to me just to watch me suffer? Yeah, I don't care. I'm not fighting the Phoenix. I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Aye, come on. Just get lost. I wish I had escapes. What's the enemy other should fight to get escapes? It's not the eagle. I can't remember. Ninja, that's the one. Was doing that thing that mule does. Oh, Phoenix. Okay, sorry, I didn't get that. Phoenix. Yeah. Hmm. Is this Phoenix not going to let me escape? I've only got 176 strikes now. Hmm. There we go. Done. I didn't take any health, we can continue. Ah, I'm gonna cry. Come on. Come on. Stop it. See, Angel just reminds me of that the guy who voiced Squall and also was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. The very last bit of work I did on Lull was fixing a glitch where running from a phoenix could cause them to revive, and the only chance to stop it was to kill it. Uh-huh. Fair enough. David Boreanaz. That's his name. Oh, oh, oh. Yes! Somehow I knew it. Somehow I bloody knew it. Alright, extract. So I've got 15 recovers, which I'm going to use to extend this battle. Yes, I know. Makes me very happy. Do you reckon I should just use? No. I'm gonna keep extracting. Yes, mimic. Took a while. So what is the mimic? The easiest. He gives you the most copies, and then gives you, I think, one chance of getting an enhance. Is that correct? If you recover, don't forget that you're interfering. Yes, I'm aware. You used the wrong its. Grammar, please. The wrong its. I'm shaking my head in disappointment. That was a bit rude. Sorry. I have I have a deep hatred for online newspapers or online news sources that have spelling and grammar mistakes in their articles. It really, really bugs me. And it's not just like split the infinitive kind of stuff. It's bog standard. They don't know how to use the possessive, or they don't know how to use the apostrophe or something like that. It really annoys me. Obviously, if you're typing a message to somebody, I do it as well. You make a mistake, you make a typo, or your brain has a brain fart. But if you're publishing an article and you're paid to write, you should be able to do it properly. I'm sorry. There's no excuse. Joker 3%. Twist, he also does. Yes. Copy, I think, is 9, if I'm not mistaken, or just gives you a bigger chance. I think it said 9 on that graph. I don't know. And then I think the well, enhance in this case is also 3. Yeah. So it's greater chance to get copy. Yeah, this guy's a weakling, I'd say. Previously cast 3%. I really think you should, I don't know, kind of repackage this game. Re-release it, kind of. If you can, get it on the likes of yeah, I had an idea as well that there are some Linux distributions that have their own app stores, and they're desperate to have, basically good apps on them. And usually, I find the games really rather lacking. There'll be a few normal chess ones, Go, all that kind of stuff. There may even be a few emulators saying, Game Boy Advance emulator or SNES emulator or Amiga emulator or something, but they don't have any actual, full-on games. Let's use a recover, and then we'll use an enhance, and then we'll keep on extracting. Yeah, there isn't really. They definitely want more games to be published, and they usually, I think, at least one of the distributions, which is a very popular one these days, called Elementary, which is based on Ubuntu, which is based on Debian or Debian. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. I see. How difficult would it be to port to a newer version of Game Maker, which would enable? So I saw on the Game Maker website for that, if you just want to buy it straight up from their website, I think it's $399 to be able to export onto the PS4, Xbox One, and I imagine, many more options. I think it would be a right pain. A right pain, would it? Yeah, I can imagine. So I think this is really good. I can't fault. So much thought has gone into the fundamental physics. I reckon the things that I would suggest could be improved. What is the current plan for copies and enhancers? Get a shit ton. Sorry, get loads. And yeah, I'm basically going to continue this fight until I no longer have any more recovers. I can't heal myself anymore. Um, and then, oh, should use a recover now. And then I shall, to be honest, I could just, once I'm down to one recover, I could just keep extracting and get some more recovers out of him. A never-ending fight, I suppose. Um, get loads. Once I've run out, I can't fight this guy anymore. Then I will go back to the pier, regroup, maybe save just to be sure. I mean, I'm plugged into the power. There's no chance of the laptop dying. So save a catastrophic error on my part, not paying attention. We'll likely get 10k shield in this battle. Ooh. Yeah, definitely. I wonder what his health is. I might use an analyze as well. Might be worth getting him down to like 5 HP or something. Exciting. What's exciting? Sorry, I completely zoned out. Sometimes I talk and I don't really think about it. Please elicit. Recover. Eh. Alright. Before I do that, I'm gonna use analyze. He's got 400 health. Let's kill him up a bit. Beat him up. Getting lots of shield, yes. I love having shield. I love having plenty of shield because, as I said before, you can walk around and you don't have to worry about a single thing. You just go about your business and you don't have to worry about somebody attacking you. And I'm impressed that you managed to stay quiet this whole time that I was playing and I was getting more health and I was thinking, yeah, shield was pants, saying out loud like a doofus, knowing full well that I'd be eating my hat in future, or in the future, in future sessions. In weak modes, some enemies will basically be off limits. Will they? I can imagine. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. You discovering enhance is one of the big things I was anticipating. Ah, getting excited about it. I think I hear either a cat being noisy or a dog about to vomit in the hallway just outside this door. Let me just get. Oh crap! I forgot to do my thingy bob. Recover. I didn't. Wasn't that efficient? But oh well. Okay. Ow! 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 Is it a dog or is it a cat or is it my imagination? Oh, it's a cat. No, you're not coming in here. You're a menace. 10k shield. Yeah! Woo! Woo! 10k. You have no idea how excited I'd be if I got once. Ah, getting rather full of myself. If I get a what I deem to be a platinum for this game. But bloody hell though, if you did release this on say a PlayStation 4, PSN store, and it was literally you had to complete all the game modes. Oof, I think you might have some very unhappy customers, especially that I don't know if it's an Indian guy or some guy from South Asia. Just judging by his name, has got the world record for um has got the world record for number of trophies, like 1,000 or something. I don't know. Many trophies, maybe a million. I don't know how many there are, how many games there are on the PSN. But anyway, how many platinum trophies he's got? You'd make some people very unhappy, I imagine, because that is tough. Whom? Is he a celebrity? I'm sorry, I'm not in the PlayStation circles anymore. I have a good old trusty PS3 that I haven't used in months. He's a celebrity as far as trophies are concerned. Ah, okay. He's not one of those shitty mainstream celebrities like what's the woman who's always he's got a big bottom and she's famous for having a big bottom. You're gonna have to help me here. I forget the names. She's married to Kanye West. That's the one. Yeah. Thought it was an Armenian name. Yeah, Kim Kardashian, famous for having a big bottom. Good for her. She won the genetics lottery of sorts. Yeah, Kanye West is a nut job though. He's always on my news app. I don't know why, but just the shenanigans he gets up to. I suppose I've also got Joker, which I could use once I've run out of recovers. But I shouldn't run out of recovers. Copy is such a good spell. I agree. Copy is a marvelous spell. Again, something you think when you first get it, you think, oh, that would be handy, and then you don't use it for a while. You think, I've got more important things for me to do, and then you come back to it and you think, yes, actually, because you get Inferno basically. Can you copy Inferno, or is there a rule against it? That's good. So you have as many Infernos as you have copies, basically. So if I get a million copies, I don't know what the upper limit is. That's what actually we're finding out. Does that thing work? Hang on, let me just move this window. Yeah, so level up plan 22 mimics current objective discover max shield. So the next objective is discover max. Yeah, you can copy Inferno. Okay. Next objective is to discover max. What's it called? Spells or health. I don't know. Health is probably going to be last because it involves fighting the dragon a whole load of times. Anyway, I had a proposition. I think I've mentioned this in chat somewhere, maybe briefly, but obviously in one of Mule's streams there isn't much. Well, you can't really hijack the conversation for a discussion on Final Fantasy VIII gameplay. The downside using copying buttons is that it takes an extra time to get the spell back. Yes, indeed, that it does. So if you're in a fight against, a dragon who swings, then it might be difficult. Yeah, something I was going to say. There is in a game called Gran Turismo 5 and 6, I believe, there is an option. Oh, sorry, there is a ranking of cars. So cars, have various top speeds and all that kind of stuff. But to enter races, there is a performance points kind of thing, and it's kind of like an overall rating for a car. It's amazing if you want to copy, restore, repel, or something. Yes, yeah, outside of battle. In Gran Turismo, you have these performance points, which is basically an overall rating for a vehicle, taking into account its uh, speed, braking, handling, all that kind of stuff, as opposed to just, raw performance in terms of engine power output or at the crank or at the wheels, whatever. I was thinking Final Fantasy VIII. I think the junction system is not flawed at all. I don't think the drawing system is flawed at all. I don't think the magic system is flawed at all, that the magic depletes. What I think is flawed is the level system. And I reckon it would have been so much better, one, if the enemies didn't level up with you, and two, if instead of just an arbitrary level that doesn't really have too much influence over your character's potential power, how much damage they can do or how much damage they can take, um, a kind of a performance points kind of thing, which is essentially, um, which would essentially be all your stats combined to a certain level, and that's what your overall rating is, instead of having an arbitrary level. There would be a way that you can save having enemies level up with you, plus have this overall rating. But as it stands, I mean, you can manipulate the levels so that it's really low, so your enemies are really easy and just brush past them with good junctioning abilities. I've been watching a stream recently on Twitch of somebody from the US um, who doesn't know the intricacies of abusing the Final Fantasy VIII game, and they use GFs a whole load. They don't really I think they use automatic junctioning. They don't actually go. Um, they don't actually bother with setting specific magic spells to specific junction stats. They would make the effect of leveling super weak. They could make the effect of leveling super. I think just get rid of leveling. To be honest, like um, don't bother with having arbitrary levels. Kind of like this is going to be kind of maybe not particularly relevant to you, but in the shooting games, I think the games such as I think a game like Call of Duty, the more you play, you level up. 91 copies will be a massive, massive boost. Well, we'll see. Um, this is a lot more efficient than what I was doing before anyway, fighting the Sentinels. What I was going to say, Call of Duty is kind of it's interesting because in Call of Duty, as you level up, you unlock more weapons, and the weapons usually the ones that you unlock at the end are easier to use, or they're basically more effective for killing people. So it used to be that the more you played the game, the better you got. Whereas in the likes of Counter Strike, there are no levels. I mean, the gameplay has an in-game economy, all this kind of stuff. You've got to manage what weapons you want, but all the weapons are available to you. So the more you play, you don't progress by the game giving you more stuff. You progress by you being better at the game, and that's completely opposite to Final Fantasy VIII. Because well, in general RPG games, yeah, you get better at the game, of course, as the more you play, and if you get in difficult situations with enemies. But the game, your character gets stronger as you get smarter. But in a game like Final Fantasy VIII, they could do it the other way around. That the character doesn't really that much stronger. You just get smarter and you collect more spells to junction. But of course, you have to, have the brains to junction those spells correctly. Don't know, just my thoughts. Don't know if that makes any sense, but those are my ramblings on the topic of how to improve Final Fantasy VIII. Believe me, I've thought about it quite a bit. It's my favorite game, of course. 100 copies at 130 enhancers, you can use the copies to get 13,000 shield. But, but, I want to know what the max shield is. So what I may as well do is once I get down to 1 recover, or 0 recovers, I will keep extracting to get more. Um, actually, that's not very time efficient. My time would be better spent getting healing spells from elsewhere. So what do I have for me to use? Regen is a completely hopeless spell to use in this fight. Heal is hopeless. Recover's good. Jokers I could use, I suppose. And that's it really. Barrier, twist, that's useless. And I've forgotten to use recover, which kind of sucks. I'll use a joker this time, I think. But I'll still be extracting copies, that's true. That's true. Uh-oh, I think the dogs have heard me. I may have to pause if it's the puppy, because he's a bastard and he poos upstairs. For some reason, he doesn't really have mistakes. Where are they? He doesn't really go to the toilet anywhere in the house but on the first floor. Freeze and then Joker. Ah. Well, there you go. But then again, this guy doesn't do that much damage, so I'll probably just do the Joker at 500 health. That'll give me enough time to do another Joker and kind of re-roll the dice. I've been noticing that the Joker always gives me roughly half, which is kind of logical because it's random. But it's a random out of 1 to 15,000. Yeah, be careful with that Joker. Yeah. Okay, we've been on for an hour. Significant progress has been made. Joker is likely safe at this point. Yes, I believe so. and I love the concept of Joker. I know you do. I'm not particularly okay. The reason I'll share the reason why I am deeply, I say deeply, I am against pretty much random number generating in game. So the reason being is Counter Strike. So I've played a fair amount of Counter Strike. It's just shit. Wasn't paying attention. Whew. Okay, let's talk of that shit. Well, well. Fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, that could have been disastrous. That could have been, a good 20 minutes wasted. All right, I'm going to say this quickly now that I've got health, but then I'm not going to talk about it again. Yeah, wow, indeed. I had like 100 or 200 health remaining. Anyway, what I was going to say is um, RNG in those kinds of shooting games is RNG whether your bullet will hit. You thought I was a goner. I thought I was a goner too. Um, I didn't know actually because I wasn't paying attention. Um, RNG is relevant, but basically there's where you put your crosshair on the game. RNG is bullets sort of drift from that crosshair. So sometimes you can hit the crosshair right in the center, sometimes you can hit it away, and there's a higher probability of not hitting the crosshair than hitting it exactly in the crosshair, which means at extreme distances. Now that would be going in the best bits. Yes, me talking about crap and then almost dying. Anyway, so basically RNG has an influence that you have to in a shooting game you have to go through all the effort of practicing your aim to the point that your crosshair is always on target, but then the added sort of level of RNG on it makes it a right pain in the ass because all your efforts are basically for nothing because the computer RNG says no chance. And that's why I pretty much am not a fan of RNG. Like, trying to think of an example in Final Fantasy. I mean, yeah, there's if you attack, um, if you do a normal physical attack in Final Fantasy VIII, there will be sort of an RNG element to it. It's obviously not always going to do the exact same amount. It's going to sometimes going to do more, sometimes going to do less. That's fine, more or less. Something like Joker, it's you can tell that I'm not using it. If I was really against it, I just would ignore Joker and I'd have stockpiled a shit ton of them. I wouldn't say it's definitely not one of my favorite spells. Put it that way. Or probably one of my least favorite ones. Whereas for you, I imagine it's your favorite one. Random damage scale makes sense mathematically as it translates into all more accurate readings. Eh, Alright, my last recover. I shall use it and just keep extracting. I'm on 130 enhancers. How many copies? 135. Shit, that's going up pretty fast. You can tell that my heart rate went up there. All this sighing. Okay. For example, an enemy with 10 HP doing 5 damage every hit and doing 9 damage every hit is the same result. Yes. For example, I can appreciate the difference between Blast and Strike. So Blast has a, what is it? The minimum is a lot lower than Strike is, right? So it just basically means that Blast isn't always better than Strike. There are some occasions which you should use Strike as opposed to Blast, and I believe that's absolutely fine. But going from 9 attack to 10 will double the effectiveness. True. True indeed. Another point of randomness, it makes for things to become more interesting. So if you can perfectly predict absolutely everything, then there's a kind of clinicalness to it. So adding RNG includes an element of not just excitement, but you have it will influence it will influence the gameplay in a positive and negative way. I'm not getting too many of these. I should be using copy for this. So get a shit ton of copies. All right, we'll do it one more time, and then I'll start doing enhancers again. The randomness smooths out the curve of progression. I've had no dropped frames since that first bunch of dropped frames, which is good. Okay, how many more recovers did I get? None. Well, why did I do soul? I'll get it back. Okay, I thought I just clicked the wrong one. Anyway, let's go to extract, get some more enhancers. I think before I was gonna say, I'm gonna recommend a few things, or a few thoughts on how Level Up Land could be repackaged. Copies, the copies the recover, so then your previous cast spell was copy. Huh? The copies the recover, so then your previous. So once I use recover, use copy, so then I don't waste as much. Is that what you're trying to say? Copy, and then I use enhance, and then I go back to extract. Is that what you meant? Oh, I copied the recover. Ah, yeah. Okay. No, as in I selected soul instead of copy by mistake. So I clicked right, or something. Then I wanted meant to go down twice. I only went down once, and I clicked soul. I think that's what happened. Don't worry about it. We're good. 161 copies. I really wonder what the maximum health and shield is. See what I think. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Can you see my cursor? If I move it around. Okay, I think you can see it there. So you should be able to see my cursor. All those copies will make a massive difference. Yes, they will. See, what I'm thinking is health. This has to go either. You can either go to the end. That would make sense to me. But also you have to have room for extra digits here. So I can imagine you have two more digits. If it is two more digits, then I'm in for a very long road. Also, I need to use recover. I fucked up. Okay. Copy, enhance, and extract. So yeah, the health bar has to either reach the end, but you've only got think of there's only room for one or two more digits on there. And if it is the case that the maximum health is 999,999, That's gonna prolong prolong this playthrough by a great deal. Now, I think the ultimate, you're gonna be tearing your hair out at this point. I think the ultimate platinum trophy for this would be to get maximum stats on all the maximum stats on all the things combined. So maximum stats on all the difficult modes combined. That's going to be the ultimate one. Obviously, you can't have above 300 health or something along those lines. So it'd be, 300 health, 99,999 shield, if that's the case, or if it's 99,000 shield. Yeah, max health on weak mode. So would you honestly, for your platinum trophy, would you honestly not include these hard modes? I mean, have you ever completed the game on any of the hard modes? And by complete, I mean obviously just kill the dragon. I have not. Right. So in all honesty, this is something that I would like to do. I'd at least like to try some of these some of these challenge modes. But is it something that you really don't expect or even want players to have to do? Is that the case? You'd love to see them done. Oh, sugar. That means that's my challenge, I suppose. I've got to do them. But bear in mind, it's taken me a very long time to get this far with the game. I took so many breaks. I mean, to be fair, I did move back to the UK, then I had loads of stuff going on. I couldn't do it. And when I was working out in Poland, it was difficult. I'd come home from work and I just wouldn't don't want to do absolutely anything. I think majority times I played out there was before work, if I had an hour or two spare. Right, 11,000 shield. I've been playing for nearly a year now, so 17 hours, probably double that, the amount of times I've died and lost progress. Maybe even more than double. Do it up into a year. Yeah, it's been a long road. I imagine it's kind of strange watching the very first episode of me up just learning everything for the first time. I'll have to admit though, when I did that first episode, as I said before, I'd watched two other people try to play the game. One was the angry Lithuanian guy, who was hilarious because he didn't even try. I don't know how you do permadeath though. You'd need to dedicate a day to it. Oh yeah, yeah. That would probably be like a marathon type thing on stream. That game train, Juniper Hadley. Well, you can tell that you take care of the players that have played your game. Yeah, so Juniper Hadley gave it a solid try, and I remember I'm a bit late on this, and I remember basically seeing what she had done and deciding, yeah, I've got to pay attention when I do this. So you probably noticed that those first couple of episodes when I was still learning a lot and I was concentrating really hard on not dying and not making a fool of myself. Um, but since when I've got more comfortable and I set myself a target and I accomplished it and I wasn't just simply discovering everything that was going on, I don't pay as much attention. I'm the kind of person who has lots of distractions. So if I'm, for example, working or studying or something, I have to have, I don't know, music on or crappy daytime TV or just something on in the background I can glance at every so often to intentionally lose track of what I was doing and then go back to what I was doing and carry on working. Or for example, I cannot watch a film without having a distraction. So I cannot sit through an entire film without having either a laptop out or my phone out or something to take my attention away from it. So with this, for example, yeah, I lose concentration a lot these days. But it's authentic. I mean, I'm not trying to do something that not trying to be someone who I'm not, basically. I'm not making myself out to be this amazing RPG know-it-all, because I can quite honestly say the only RPGs I've ever completed would be Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 6. Is that it, really? There might have been some others, but those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Yes, 200 copies. We're getting there. So this fight could actually go on forever. So if you have any questions, any kind of topics of conversation, because I bet I'm boring you right now with just my ramblings, do fire ahead because I think we're going to be here for a while. I mean, I've got plenty of time. I don't have to be in bed for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, and I've probably got 3 or 4 hours. Midnight, probably. I'd just call it a day. A perpetual fight, I call it. Yes. So you can sustain yourself on the things you extract. My kind of fight. I like it. I wonder if. So I got a question then. If you're not going to give me a question, the dragons. I want to live once I start doing my health. Obviously, I imagine I'm going about it the most efficient way possible. Going about maximum shield, well, going about maximum health, maximum shield, and maximum spells. Because maximum shield is something that I can do with not having to have maximum spells. And then maximum shield I can do to get maximum spells. And while I'm getting maximum spells, I can have if I go for maximum spells, for example, from a chimera or something along those lines, just to get maximum or something, or maybe even a mimic. That's probably what would be a good fight because it gives me copy. But basically, prepare myself through the first two challenges for the health challenge, which I imagine is going to be a pain in the ass because it involves fighting a hell of a lot of dragons. So my question is the dragon the most straightforward way for me to actually complete my maximum health challenge? In the sense that they give the most experience and it's the most efficient way. Of course, I have to get to the dragon, all this kind of stuff. Bear in mind at that point, I don't think any enemy can challenge me if I've got maximum shield. The dragon gives the most EXP, yes. I think I've asked this before. How many people have played this game, or how many people have completed it? And I think you said plenty of people have played it. I'm probably the only one who's going for this ridiculous maximum whatever challenge. But I don't know who else has killed or seen or even killed a dragon. So what would you view my playthrough as kind of average in the sense of how long it takes to get to the dragon and kill it to achieve the objective? Is that, do you reckon it'd be, for example, it says besides me, played 8, completed 1. That marketing. I would say you've done a good job. Is it a proper job? I don't know if you've seen Scrapyard Wars, but they've got in Scrapyard Wars. I don't watch it, by the way. It's just something that used to be on daytime TV that you see every now and again. In Scrapyard Wars, there's a group. I can't remember what they're called, what their team's called, but there's a team from the West Country, and one of them always says "proper job." Yeah, so Scrapyard Wars is basically they get released into a scrapyard. They have to build something. Sometimes it's like something like a go kart. Sometimes it's a cannon. Basically, there's a challenge Let's say the challenge is to build something that can cross a river out of just random crap and you can't get wet. Something along those lines. They've got to get loads of stuff from a scrapyard and put it together. It's a good TV show for when you're ill off school. 12,700 shield. I think we're going to overtake the health at some point soon. Yeah, they always say proper job. That was a proper agricultural job. Something that just occurred to me from that game train guy. I was just talking about mention the yeah. I was just about to mention the shield overtaking health as well said. Something that I remember the game train guy said was he complained that escape closed the window. I find that funny. I mean, that's what escape has always been, is it not? Anyway, I shall BRB. Will still be able to hear due to portable headphones, but not see your comment. Alrighty. So we're on 221 copies, 141 enhances, still got 3 recovers, and we're going on strong. I almost lost everything once. That's just a summary of my progress, which I imagine V11 found absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. If I did lose everything there, I'm pretty sure I would have just done what I did yesterday and just closed the game and be like, all right, leave this for tomorrow. Let future me deal with it. Yep. And recover. And copy. And enhance. And back to extract. It's getting all rather mechanical now. Ow! Again, just moving around in this tiny room. Checking my phone. Alrighty. Ow! I just leant on an iron, the pointy bit of an iron. Alright. Oh, I'm yawning now. Copy 242. Enhance 142. 242 times 142. Getting a calculator out because I suck at maths. Nah, that's not enough. But I predict it's not going to be very long until I can. Let's do this. Divided by, let's say, 150 enhances. Okay. What about if I have 200 enhances? Let's have a look. Divided by 200. Okay. I was just having a look to see how many. If the limit is 99,999, how many enhancers / copies do I need? So if I've got 150 enhancers, I'm going to need 600 copies. If I have. Oh, is that the dog? I'll let him in. Let her in. Oh! Oh no, it was him. Come on, dog. I'm gonna have to pause and get rid of this dog, so I'll be right back. It'll also give me a chance to stretch my legs. Ow! Go on, get down. You read? Go on, get downstairs. Downstairs, go. You guys have to let the dog go again. No, I don't think so. Okay. Ow! And you're back, and I'm back as well. Hello. Can you still hear me? Is it still working? I don't know. Apologies if I'm a bit noisy, but I had to chase a dog, so my heart rate's up. Okay. Let's go. Good. You can still hear me. So it's still going on strong, and I have some ciders. for me to drink. Yep. It's not even manual. I feel it's automatic at this point. I have a mosquito bite on my foot. Or a spider bite or something. It's itchy. I have a little stool for the laptop now as well, which I'm going to use so I don't have to hold it. And the cat's coming. Just out of curiosity, do you have any pets? Or does your family have any pets? Did you grow up around animals? Just friendly conversation, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Never had a pet. I know that you're not a fan of dogs, which is fair enough. Alrighty, one side are open. Not even like a hamster or something. To be fair, I really hate hamsters, but which might be offensive to Mule. Apparently, I think he's got one of those little ones. Not a fan of animals in general, but I'm scared of dogs. Fair enough. Yeah, a lot of people are idiots with dogs. A lot of dog owners are really, really bad at keeping them under control. It's sad, really, but that's the truth. Dogs do make wonderful pets, but not a lot of people know how to look after them, or, you know. Alright, I'm gonna let the cat in. Come on then. I'm in a room that the cats never can. The cats are never allowed in, so naturally they're interested. Why the hell is the human inside this room? I really don't want it to tip over my cider. I've placed it inside a shoe. Well, so anyway, do you have any questions for me? Because this is, I imagine this is not thrilling, not thrilling footage or commentary. Anything for me to say? Hey, cat, I know. No? After this fight, are you going to test out how high you can get the shield? Of course I am. Of course I am. As if you had to ask. So after this fight, I'm going to walk back. So I imagine I'm going to sit here for ages. Probably. Is it? It maybe even until the end of the stream. I don't know. Until the end of the session. But I'm definitely going to sit here until the end. But definitely going to test out at the end how high I can get. Very good, superb. Any other questions? Because I think normally at this point, even when I was just recording them when I was out in Poland, just recording the sessions and uploading them afterwards, after a while I just stopped talking. I probably just turned off my microphone. But then again, I was also doing a lot just of discovering basically learning about the game, so there's a lot more to talk about rather than here. I'm just grasping at straws. Not really, not just now. Okay. Just excited to see those numbers go up. Well, well, well. Cat, get away from the beer. Just don't die. That's a tall order for me. Okay, I got a question. So, what made you think of the idea of a game show? I know there's no the story is of little importance in this game. It's just literally a couple sentences, I suppose, just to give the shield is really, yeah. So yes, it is. It is indeed. The I imagine the story is just there for the purpose of there being a story and not just you're playing a game. A little bit of immersion, I suppose. What made you think of a game show? That this is all a game show that contestants are taken to an island and they're supposed to slay a dragon. You've heard it that this person is, drugged and dropped off on this pier. Was that not an option? All right, recover, go, copy, enhance, back to extract, done. Betty. Betty's the name of the cat. Betty. Okay, she's fascinated by Daddy Longlegs or something. This room is literally, I'd say, about 2.5 meters by 1.5 meters. It's a tiny little room that I'm in, but it's the only quiet room in the house that's got decent internet connection. To think as well that you start the game with 30, yep, we've come a long way. I've come a long way. We've come a long way. It's been a joint effort, even though you're the mastermind behind this whole thing. You took pity on me and shared information and guided me. I reckon if this was a completely different, for starters, okay, talking about, oh no, don't climb on me, please. I don't have time for that. You're gonna press a button, then I'm gonna die or something. What was I gonna say? My playthrough of this game. Firstly, I don't browse indie games, so the only reason I went on that itch.io website was because you were plugging yourself on Mule's channel, and I wanted to check it out. And then I watched some YouTube videos on it. Then I downloaded it, and then I started playing it. That's a lie, actually. No, do not climb on me. Go away. No, no chance. Sorry, I sound like a schizophrenic or something. Um, yeah, I don't browse those kinds of websites as if they're really bad. Yeah, the only reason was because you had plugged yourself on Mule's channel. I watched it, and a couple months later, I saw you talking about it again, so I tried it out. If I had no contact with the creator of this game, I probably, having done that first episode, say, and recorded it and put it online, I probably would have completed the game. But had there been absolutely no reason to kind of record, because I didn't believe there was a chance that the creator of the game would have seen it, I probably wouldn't have carried on with this game. I would have given it a couple of minutes, say, and just gone back to whatever else I was doing. Now, had I known that you were going to see the first episode, or known that you were going to see the first episode, and perhaps got one, response back from you, uh, I don't think I would have gone out of my way to. Maybe I would have completed the game, but I don't think I would have gone out my way to do all this kind of stuff. So you can give yourself a pat on the back that you've motivated me to actually complete the game and do what I'm doing. There has to be, to and from. contact dialogue between me and the developer for me to have played it this far. Because as I said, I don't play what's it called, indie games as a general rule, pretty much. I remember at the start you said, I don't know how long I'll give this game. Yeah, there you go. Fucking probably 30 odd hours, 40 hours now. Plenty. Okay. Recover, copy, enhance, and extract. So, enhance, I've got 148. Let's say I get 150. 150 times 44,000. Hmm, still not enough. I'll make sure. Put it this way. I'll do a calculation to see how much I can get. See if I can get up to 99,000. See if I can get to 100,000 basically in terms of enhancers and copies and so on. And that's how we'll that's where we'll end this mimic kind of extraction. I imagine this poor little being out on a field is being pinned down by some asshole human who's got this little gizmo that you inject into them and you extract all sorts of goo. What if we're the villain? What if the dragon is just an innocent being that's living in its castle of isolation, surrounded by lava because it's scared of the humans? I'm just coming here and killing it, killing all of its kind. Copy, enhance, and back. An infinite supply of goo. Yeah. Disparity of spell quantities looks so strange. It looks normal to me, to be honest. Should I have it all at 200? Like I imagine you injected into the game save. I don't think you walk around with exactly 200 of each spell. The background here being that Velocity 11 showed me a short video of her like some gameplay footage, and she had 200 of each spell on it. I think it's quite normal. I mean, why would I have 200 Infernos? Why would I have loads of repels or loads of warps, restores, swamp walks, and so on? I don't know. I just infinite supply of goo. All right, copy, enhance, extract. One hour 44 we're on, plus an extra few minutes where I tried 7 minutes or so. Or was it 7 minutes of darkness? I don't know. But I tried for a couple of minutes to stream upstairs. I just chose a number that I knew you knew was impossible to have, but also large enough that I didn't have to worry about using them all up. Oh, was possible, not impossible. Yeah. So you didn't put the maximum number there, especially for me. Then it would have ruined one of my challenges. If it made it really obvious, like it was, 655, was it 65536 or something like that? The 8-bit, whatever it is, or 16-bit, or 99999. That would have been obvious. Remember when you first did 100 of a spell? I do not remember, sadly, no. Remind me, if you remember it fondly. Tell me. Was I mad impressed? I had 100 heals. I would have been really happy with that right at the start. Back when heals were good. Farming fairies for recovers. Yeah. Those were the days. How innocent I was. It's so easy to laugh at Trump. Weak mode is how you do that. What do you mean how I do that? Huh? Oh, let's make sorry. Just brain fart, yeah. Yeah, heals would be very handy in weak mode. You thought of everything. Yeah. Whoops, I forgot what I was doing. I'm sorry. Let's just use up these heals because they suck. Recover, copy, enhance, and extract. Why am I using siphon? I'm a fucking idiot. Why am I using siphon? I've got now almost the same amount. What I'll start doing is I'll get down to 1,000 health, 1,000 health, and then I'll use siphon and copy the siphon. When you remind me, you're supposed to be here guiding me, and you're not. You're not doing it. You're not doing it justice. Let's make recover great. Oh no, siphon. I got fucking zero health, zero shield. That's why. Yeah, sorry. Brain fart. Total brain fart. Why didn't I think before I talk? Beer isn't helping either, is it? Siphon would be a whole load of help right now. $312 enhances. 312 copies, sorry. That's plenty, isn't it? I remember once I had this idea of getting repels from mimics, but that's also a pain. Repels are good for saving time, I suppose, but then you've got to calculate the time you're spending in getting the repels. Repels would be so bloody good on the horde mode, I think. You have to use a repel, then an encounter mimic at 20%. And any enemies you encounter other than mimic, you can only attack, extract, or... Yeah, that's... But then again, if you have loads of shield and loads of health and you just run, that's fine. So what's you could probably tell me, what's the deal with the ninja's escape? How is that calculated? Is it just a random chance of the ninjas escaping the battle? I know you could use mimics to get infernos, but how much health do mimics have? 432. No, you can't use mimics. Oh no, if you use it on a previous fight, yeah, you can. Yeah. We're not getting many enhancers, are we? We're using them up more than I can extract them. It's not ideal, is it? 148. They escape after a timer, which falls within a random range. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Yep, I think one more will be golden. Siphon will become very, very, very helpful spell indeed. It already is. Oh, sorry. Was zoned out for a second. I wasted some moves. I'm not getting many extracts. Yes, I will. There we go. We've done it. If I had a party popper, I'd pop it right now. We done it. We did it. How'd you feel? How'd you feel? Lowercase, yay. No exclamation marks, no punctuation, no time for punctuation. A goal that you also accomplished at the very start of the game. What goal? Oh, to get more shield than health. Oh, I see. To get the same amount. Aye, that it was. Or am I misunderstanding what you've said? A goal that you also accomplished at the very start of the game. I'm not getting enhancers. This is annoying. I was once considering having you start at 1 health. Uh, is that a good thing? No, because it makes you, there were a few moments right at the beginning where, um, because you're fanning around with extract, it gives you a tiny bit more time to fight enemies at the beginning. Because otherwise well, I suppose the crabs and rats you can kill within. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just doesn't make much difference. Well, yeah, if crabs and rats you can kill without worrying about your health being bitten into, then it's fine. It's just your shield that takes the damage. Do 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 do. Remember back when the menu was empty spaces, including the effects bit? Aye, I remember those days. I was but a young, innocent mind. When I was a young warthog. Sorry. Alright, here's another one. Did you watch Disney films when you were a kid? I'm pretty sure everyone did. In the UK at least. Probably in America as well. If so, what's your favourite Disney film? Do you know the exact amount you need to reach 999 shield? I looked at it. I think it was something like if I have 200 enhancers, I would need 400 copies. I think is that it? 99.99. Yeah, no, 500 copies. Yeah, obviously. But if I only have 150 enhancers, which is the way it's looking right now, I need recover, copy, enhance. Yeah, we keep going down. We're not doing very well. So if it's only 150, say, divided by 150, 666. Not ideal. Aladdin. That's something I never had, and we never had that video, the VHS. We had a VHS for some other one, and I remember Aladdin being always advertised. There was an advert at the end of the film, right at the beginning of the film. I think it might have been Cinderella or something. There was an advert for Aladdin that included clips of Robin Williams shouting in a studio booth, which was absolutely hilarious. We loved it even then. We always saw it advertised. We never had it. We never had Lion King either. I remember when I was a kid, we went to our neighbour's house, whose living room looked a lot bigger. I don't know. Is it just me that when I was a kid and I went to somebody's house for a first time, I absolutely loved it. It was incredible because the house looks so different. You spend so much time in your own house, and then you go to a neighbour's house, and it just feels like it's a magical kingdom. Everything is different. I have a very distinct memory of sitting in our kitchen where I lived because the kitchen had one oddly shaped wall because the sort of hallway to the house was kind of in a Y shape, and so that meant the kitchen had four walls, yes, but also one of the walls was kind of at a diagonal, so it had five walls really. Basically, one corner was cut off. Yes, specialness, yeah. And I remember the fridge stood by this diagonal section of the wall, so it stood at an angle towards the rest of the stuff. And I remember on the fridge there was always one box of muesli, as my brother puts. His definition of muesli is that shit on top of the fridge that no one likes. That I remember that was very specific. But there was also just there was like a crate for milk for glass milk, a metal crate which had six hot spaces for glass bottles of milk. And I remember that sat at the side of the fridge. No one moved it. That was there for years. And I remember when I was a kid, I have a distinct memory of this, just thinking, I hate that glass crate. I mean, I want to live in a house where this fridge isn't at an angle and that crate isn't next to the fridge. And I remember whenever I stayed at someone else's house or I was at someone else's house, I always looked at their fridge to see how it was positioned, thinking this fridge, the way this fridge is positioned is amazing. We don't have it. We don't have it like this. We don't have it this good. But of course, that's all very very silly. But that's just a memory. Anyway, back to Disney. I think we had Cinderella, didn't have Snow White, didn't have Lion King. I want to live a house where that fridge isn't at an angle. There you go. You can quote me. That's literally how I felt when I was a kid. Best requirement. Yeah. So it's not at an angle in terms of if you imagine it on a XYZ axis, it's on the X. So if you're looking at it from above, XY, not Z. So it's not tilted forwards or backwards. It's rotated on. If you look at it from the plan view from the top, that's how. Yeah. Best requirement. It is indeed. And I'm happy to say that where I live now, the fridge isn't at an angle. Where I lived earlier this year, the fridge was not at an angle. So, I've accomplished that childhood dream. I've got that to tick off. All right, recover. You see other people's stuff, and there's a novelty to different stuff. Indeed, there is. Something I remember when I was a kid is we had so few toys. We didn't really have toys. In a sense that, yeah, well, for example, I had a train set. I had loads and loads of trains, like Thomas the Tank trains when I was really young. But when I was at other people's house, they had, and those were kind of metal trains that I played to the death. Those things were really, yeah, almost. It's another couple of thousand to go, or 1,000 odd. Um, so I had a train set that I played with a lot. There are other stuff like micro machines I think I had when I was a kid. But I remember going to other people's houses and they had loads of these. There's just plastic stuff that you'd expect to break. And I remember we didn't really get that. We didn't really have loads and loads and loads of presents. We just had loads and loads and loads of toys. We just had some toys that you just played with for a very long time. I think I remember we had cousins who brought over a broken set of Skelectric, whatever it's called. Um, it was broken. It didn't really work. I think my dad fixed it or something. So we had it for a while. But again, it was something that they got. They'd obviously played with for a bit. They broke, and then they just chucked or they gave it away or something. And I remember loads of friends used to have just a house filled with loads of plastic, colourful toys. Oh shit, I haven't been paying attention, have I? Which is a recover, a copy, sod it. Use another one, and another one, and another one. Extract. Enhance the slowing up and go again. Recover. Yes, yes, I know. Me not paying attention again. Anyway, yeah, loads and loads of toys. Cinderella used to scare me. That first scene where they burn all the spinning wheels, that really scared me. I had nightmares. Question. Oh, please do. I'm mumbling a lot. Do I ever shut up? Okay. When you first started the game, what were you expecting for spells and health shield limits? I was thinking 9999 when I first started off. But then when you notice that the bars, the health and the shield bars are only so big, I mean they've got so much room to be bigger, that's when it made me think that it could be 99,999. And that's what I currently think. As far as spells go, I thought it would either be 99 or 9999. Basically, I still have that kind of thing in my head that there'd be a kind of Final Fantasy-esque notion to it, or Final Fantasy-esque design to it. Do I let the cat out, or is the cat still in here with me? I don't know. I've crawled somewhere and gone to sleep. What about spells themselves? Oh, as in what types of spells there would be? To be honest, I don't know. I thought at the beginning that it might be some kind of leveling up system, that the more health you have, the more damage you do with attack. So I didn't quite expect there'd be spells such as Twist, Death, and so on that would be essentially better than Strike and Attack and so on. I was expecting something more along the lines of a leveling up type role-playing game, hence Level Up Land. But the variety, I definitely did not expect the variety of damaging attacks. Because let's face it, I mean, something like in Final Fantasy, or any role-playing game really, when you have elemental spells and so on, um, they're all just essentially the same. They do damage, but there's, a difference. Some enemies are resistant to them, some of them aren't. They're all the same. They do damage in a similar way. It's just one block of damage. Some, like for example, poison is, bleeding damage and so on. But here it's a lot different. So twist is obviously a percentage based. Death is damage based on what health they've got. Inferno is damage based on what kind of enemy it is, if it's dragon or non-dragon. Blast is damage, but obviously it pays to use that against an enemy with loads of health, similar to Twist. So basically, my thoughts every time I come across an enemy with loads and loads of health is just use Twist. Once Twist becomes ineffective, use Blast. Once Blast becomes ineffective, use Strike. And then for the last hit, if they're below 20 health, then obviously use Attack. Does that answer your question? I've been sitting cross-legged on the floor for 2 hours, but admittedly there was a break. It's getting really uncomfortable now. I also think games don't have much variety in the healing. Yes, so the healing here is similar to the healing in the damage here. Games usually have two types of healing. One which is obviously a burst heal, and one is which is a tick heal, or like a healing over time, which is fine. But that's not a lot of variety. Here you have, based on how much health you have, whether you're obviously you can heal to the max or based on your shield, or this kind of it's good. There's variety to it. Which is why I'm saying this. The game is really, really very well rounded, very well polished, very well thought out. The only thing that's lacking are the things that you probably you didn't feel confident in doing yourself, which is, for example, artwork and um, recover, which is artwork and all that kind of stuff. I am very proud of this game, so you should be. So what does it feel? This might be a really sort of hurtful question, perhaps, but how does it feel to have little recognition for this game? I'm sure that you've had feedback from the people that have actually played this game, and that would be very uh-oh, the cat's out. That would be very nice to hear. But the fact that you haven't had well, put it this way, you haven't had like thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people play it compared to mainstream games or even some more successful indie games. So I read a bit of kind of amateur fiction last year. It was somebody who wrote half a novel. It wasn't finished, and it was 40,000 words or something. I read through it. I enjoyed it. I gave them feedback and said thought it was brilliant. That they should definitely continue. And if they can't continue, then rotten luck for me because I really want to know how the story ends and how it progresses and so on. They told me that they're not really fussed if they don't have a massive audience, as long as they are enjoying writing it, which is what they said. They said they were thoroughly enjoying writing it. Even they said even if nobody read it, they're happy that they have just undertaken a creative project, and finished it. And they said if at least one person like I enjoyed it, then that's a bonus. What's irritating mostly is people playing it for 10 to 15 minutes. They say fairies are too powerful or running should be more likely. Um, Running. People see dying as a punishment. So imagine the game as a closed environment. Dying means you're taken out of that environment and then put in right at the beginning. Whereas people should see a game as not just closed off to the computer program within the console or within the computer. It should be far beyond that. It should extend to the player's brain and expectations and experiences and so on. So dying should be just simply a learning experience, whereas now it's viewed, I believe, as something negative because it's taking you out of that closed and sort of smooth environment and injected at an earlier point. That's what I believe is the issue with it. So dying right at the beginning, I found it bloody annoying. To be fair, I'm sure that comes across as frustrating when you die, but at the same time, you can't let them survive everything. You can't let them just get a pass for doing stupid stuff or get a pass when they come across a really powerful enemy, because then, well, what's the point in where's the challenge basically? Well, you know what I mean, so that's good. It's 9:43. Okay. How many copies do we have? 400. Oh, no, I need to recover. Copy, enhance, extract. Let's have a look how many I would get, how much health I'd get now. Um, so I'm looking for 80,000 health, right? So let's go to calculator. Or let's say 85,000 health. 85,000 divided by, how many do we have? 158. 537 copies. So we're approaching it. So we've still got a little way to go. By the way, I don't know if you know about this interview with Nobuo Uematsu, the guy who did Final Fantasy soundtrack. With something like Warp having a 30% rate, I wanted to make it sure that you always benefited from getting one more. Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't know if you know this sort of comment by Nobuo Uematsu. He said the way that he made his games, the way that he made the soundtracks to games is that the soundtrack had to be, you had to be able to play it over and over again for hundreds of hours and not get annoyed by it. I'm happy to report that the level up line battle theme, even though it's kind of short and it's simple, well, it's not too complex. hasn't made me go mad, and I've been listening to it non-stop for about 2 hours now. So that's a positive, I suppose. I remember another story from my childhood. Uh, we had a PlayStation 2, and it was in the front room of the house, which the front room was opposite the kitchen, and also had one of these sideways walls, like the kitchen had a diagonal wall. Sideways wall, all walls are sideways. Idiot. Had one of these diagonal walls, and this is where there was a small TV set, so you couldn't just have one and know you can make it back. If there's a chance of it failing, having four is better than three, three is better than two. Agree. Um, there was a TV there. We had the PlayStation 2 there, and I remember we played a lot of James Bond Nightfire. It's probably one of my favorite games. It's definitely in my top. It was definitely one of those 5-star games that I had that I showed you. Um, and I remember we paused it once because we were in the middle of a game, like a multiplayer game, so it was split screen, of course. We paused it and we played. Oh, what am I doing? Recover. We paused it, but the TV was still on, and the music from the TV was still on, and it was just the James Bond theme, like a slightly edited version of the James Bond theme for the game, James Bond Nightfire. And I remember my mum being driven to insanity because she was going about the house, I don't know, cooking dinner or something, just to the really rage-inducing soundtrack of the James Bond main theme. It was just really repetitive over and over and over again. Betty, what's this? What's this? Betty, come on. You gonna eat it? No, she didn't eat it. It was a dead fly. Okay. Oh, I'm getting really uncomfortable now. Oh, gross. She ate it. Oh, Betty's disgusting. Was thinking, it may soon get to the point where you're better off farming sentinels, juggernauts. What do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Better off farming sentinels, juggernauts? For the other magic they provide, or the other spells they provide, or for copy to have more effect, to get the enhanced number up. Yeah. Oh, I see. I'm gonna get a copy to 500. Then I'll walk back to base. See how high I can get the shield. See if I can reach the limit. I think I need 550 actually, so I'll get to 550. Walk back to base. See if that reaches the limit. If it doesn't reach the limit, then I go and farm the sentinels. I think sentinels give me barrier. I've got a shit ton of barrier. To be fair, I don't think I need many more. But juggernauts, they give me lava walk. To be honest, it's not that helpful. I should farm thingy soon. What they called? No, Betty, get away from the beer. I should farm Chimera soon for some twists, blasts, and so on. Yes, I'm aware they have 6% of enhance, but I'm also aware that they do more damage. You also encounter basilisks and so on in the same location as them, which are a pain in the ass. Um, and from sentinels, I get barrier. The more barrier I have, the basic. Well, I basically nullify the most of the dragon's damage as I fight it, and I don't mind jumping in between the spells. You have loads of twists from this fight. Yeah, I'm aware I have loads of twists. Yeah, but still, can't. As you said, can never have enough. The plan is still to get more twists from thingy bobbers. What you call it? The heister. Okay, here's a question for you. How did you design the world map? I'm looking at it now on my phone. So you'll exit this fight when you can ensure you have enough for 99. Yeah, that's it. That's the truth. That's the plan. That'd be the true. Don't know if you've seen Cloud Atlas. It's a fantastic film. I highly recommend it. My question was, how did you come up with the world map? All the different caves, the areas, the open areas, and so on. What made you think of it? Yep, I'm not too far off, I know. Okay, let's go. What am I looking for? Calculator. What do I have now? 436169. Ah, shit, I'm not paying attention. Damn it. Recover, copy, enhance, extract. I knew I wanted the dragon where it is. I mostly had a few ideas in mind. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. I currently have enough for 73,000 health. So, just a few more, I suppose. 169 times 450. 76. 169 times 584. So between 450 and 500. I'll probably go for 500 because copies come handy with other spells as well. Oops, almost forgot again. I am getting really tired. Just, no, sorry, that's the lie. Not tired, just restless. Finding it hard to concentrate. I need to get up off the floor. Oh. Hey, Cat. I've got a question for you. This might be a bit personal again. Don't answer if you don't want to. How are you with keeping up with friends from school? I mean, I know that you have a Facebook. I mean, I have a Facebook, but I don't use it. Um, I found that even people from primary school I kept in contact with as long as I had Facebook. Once I got rid of it, that just died off. I think I only speak to a handful of people from school. So I think I went to 3 schools in total. I think 4 schools, including one in Poland, growing up, and I probably keep in contact with about 5. I'd have lots of friends. I don't know. I just find it really hard. And the way I see it, it's kind of harsh, but the way I see it, if they don't make an effort to keep in contact with me, then I'm not really going to keep in contact with them. Ow, 5, 6, including university. I sometimes comment on their posts. Yeah. I just don't bother with that side of Facebook. I use it for messaging. The only reason I have it in the first place is because my employer demanded it of me. I say demanded, requested. And he did suggest if I don't want Facebook, I just create a fake account with, Captain Binkleberry as the name or something, and not bother with or Renoa for life. I don't know if you've checked Discord, but I did create a character on Final Fantasy 14, and I tried to get it as close to the appearance of Renoa as possible. But unfortunately, as I think I mentioned, there isn't an option for. Yep, I know. There isn't an option for what's it called? For brown streaks in the hair, and you can't really change the outfit. At least yet you can't. Um, and I called the character Renoa for life. Yep, that's it. That's my character. I still haven't played the game. I really should. Litica, I don't know how you're supposed to say it, added me to the group on Final Fantasy 14. I don't know. I'm really bad at MMO games, MMORPGs, because they take a lot of grinding, yes, but there's also a subscription to the game. So obviously the grinding is designed to have people play, and there's never a point where you can be the best because you're competing against other people and they always release new content, so there is never like a plateau. Because once you reach a plateau, it gets boring, right? You don't like having to coordinate with others. Are you a classic party pooper? I don't mind coordinating with others. I think that's fine. As I said, I've played a lot of Counter-Strike, which is basically all coordination. Yes, you have to have skill, individual skill, but there's only so far you can go on that. There is a very serious limit to how well a team can play if it's just five individuals versus a whole team. Oh yeah, I see. But then having to be on the same time, what about Mule streams? He gets a good, I think, 10 of the usual suspects on at the same time, pretty much every Wednesday and Thursday. That seems to work pretty fine. No? I think the limit is 99,999, by the way. It might even be 50,000, just looking at the bar. And yes, I'm aware. Well, I think so, at least. Did I have 400? I think I had 400 repairs. 400 repairs, yeah. The other day when I played, the previous session, 21, I believe, I had the TV on while I was playing. I had Netflix on, something or other was on. So this has actually, kept my attention being able to chat. And I've only gone through half a beer. I thought I'd be drinking more, but I'm talking a lot, so if you want me to shut up, by the way, do say. I'm mostly entertaining myself at this point. As I've said before many times, I'm not one for YouTube, Twitch, any of that stuff. I can fully appreciate it. I mean, there's plenty of YouTube channels I really like. Probably ones that I think I've posted a screenshot before on Discord, just because I think Elliot has hundreds or thousands of subscriptions or channels that you subscribe to. Mule has plenty as well. I think I only have like five, and three of those are you, Mule, and Elliot. And obviously you don't upload content. Ah, did I do? No, I didn't. Oof, could have been a waste of time. Um, and yeah, three of those are, well, I think there's about 10 maybe. Three of those are taken up by you, and the rest of them are just things I'm genuinely interested in. Channels I think are very good. So yeah, YouTubing is fine by me. Twitch, a bit less so. I mean, there's loads of stuff on Twitch when I just flick through it. I just think, really, this is boring. What are you doing? To be honest, something I've kind of like a ritual every week. I think one day every week I just Google Final Fantasy 8 on Twitch or Final Fantasy 7 and just find somebody playing it and just watch the stream, see if they're any good. Yes, I know. So what was the actual number that you've calculated? I'll do one more recover and then I'll go on, let the battle charger load up and go on my phone and have a look. Right, okay, where's my phone? Oh, put it there. It is. Okay, so I have copy 459 times 171 equals 78,000. I've got enough, almost. Oh no, I'm not going to be. I don't think I'll use the enhance. Ah, actually, that's the point. Extract. I have to say that this bug of me not being able to hear, I don't know if it's OBS or if it's my headphones or Bluetooth headphones or something, but this bug of not being able to hear sound effects is actually quite rather annoying. Okay, so now I'm just gonna extract all the way down to 10 health or 100 health, and I'll kill the guy and be on my way. You've suppressed it, really. If you include all the enhancers, after all, the copies have been used. So yeah, after say I do get to maximum, which I think is actually very probable now, looking at the bars. Well, what good is enhance after I've is there an enemy that takes away shield? That's interesting. But what good's enhance after I've maxed out my shield? I wonder if there's like an overclocking thing, like a supercharging. Hmm. What game was that on? Oh, Command and Conquer. Command and Conquer, when you played as those Command and Conquer generals, you got to play as the it's an RTS strategy game. You got a real-time strategy game. You got to play as the Americans, the Chinese, or the GLA, which was essentially, I hate to say it, but it's essentially some Arab country. I'm afraid there's no other way of describing it, but it's a country that uses guerrilla tactics. Yeah, and they don't care about human rights or anything like that. So they use bioweapons and all this kind of stuff. Attack now out of pure fear. 6,000 health. Are you mad? No, enhance becomes useless. See, I think you should have come up with an idea on how to use enhance. Maybe enhance after you've reached the maximum heals your shield. I don't know. Maybe enhance after you reach the after you've reached maximum shield and you have zero shield left because the enemy's destroyed it. Enhance actually makes you recover some of your shield. How about that? What do you think? Would that be a doozy, or rather not? Also, I've got a question for you. What would you do if I zoned out and I lost right now? I lost all this progress. 482 copies, 100. Don't go too low on health. You're not. You're just getting really worried now. For you, I'm gonna play it close to death. I'll get distracted by the cat or something. Oh, we're on 1,000. Oh, okay, I did it. Spells. Warp. Okay, well, don't worry. We're saved. Okay, so moment of truth. Yeah, enhance copy. Oh, that wouldn't be too bad because I would have just used a siphon and I'll just walked back down. No? This is going to take some time. Ah, yeah, and you have 23 restores. Yeah, plenty. It's not as I was on the brink of death right out there. Who would have thought I'd have so much shield? Yeah, as I said, take a while. Actually, it would be more comfortable us doing this on a controller. Ah, shit. I double tapped. I wasted an enhance. That was going to take me that much longer to do. So make yourself a coffee or a tea. That's too late for a coffee. Make yourself a cup of cocoa. and maybe run a marathon or something. By the time you'll be back, I'll be done with this. Yeah. So I'm thinking it's 50,000 now. Or if it is 65536, I'd be mad impressed. It's taking forever. Are you trying? Are you drying tears on your cheeks as they're rolling down out of pure joy at how your young disciple has progressed? Oh, fuck! I did it again. Despite the many mistakes, the heartbreak, the tears. Oh, the tears. The moment of truth is the limit 50,000. I think it is. Lots of joy, all lowercase, no exclamation marks. No real emotion felt through that message, through all the ones and zeros transmitted all the way from probably only about a couple of 100 miles away, if that. All the ones and zeros. Think of the ones and zeros. Alright, is it time to slow down now? Yeah. Ah! Ah, I wasted a whole load. Ah, shit. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to exit, load. I'm going to do it properly this time. I know it took me forever, but I don't want to waste my thingies because I've just discovered that the shield now has another bar underneath it, so it probably is 99,999, and I probably wasted too many there. So let's just do enhance and all over again. I know you're probably. I was so sure that it was 50,000 there, but you threw a curveball, and I imagine the same goes with health. So health is probably 100,000. Second shield bar, baby! Boom! Yeah, well, there you go. I was not expecting that at all. Hopefully, I don't make mistakes this time, so I can maximize the amount of things I've got. But it's going to take a while. I was certainly not expecting anybody to find the second shield bar. Well, there you go. I feel special. I genuinely do. See, this is like a game within a game. It's a game of precision and perseverance. Up, up, X, down, down, X, 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 and so on. Oof, made a mistake there. Whenever I stop, I'm checking the chat, or I'm reaching for a beer. I say beer, it's cider. I suppose cider's a beer. If there's a third bar, I won't be happy. I know, I'm aware. If there is a third bar, what I'll do is I'll obviously just quit, not save, and come back to it tomorrow and farm enhancers from Sentinels. In all honesty, there's probably room for another one after that bar. But no, I think 100,000 is a nice round number. I can just imagine you getting really excited as I was, going through the tedious processes of just extracting from the mimic, thinking, oh, oh, copying enhanced speedrun world records. Oh yeah, it's me all over. Let's do it. This reminds me of the game that used to be on all the old iPhones when everyone got all the kids at school. So I went to a posh school, really, really posh school for my A levels, and all the other kids had iPhones there, and they all had a game on their iPhone called, oh shit, I can't remember what the game was called, but it was basically a toilet paper simulator. You have to drag your finger really quickly across the screen to get the maximum number of, what do you call it, squares of toilet paper down off a roll, and you got a time limit. So this is what that feels like, but it's a bit more precision. It's just, you see me make mistakes now. I'm losing concentration. My eyes are already out of focus. I know. I bet somebody who's just, if this was on Twitch and people were just flicking through streams, they'd be thinking this is a fucking mental house because there's this asshole behind the camera just chatting shit, or behind the screen, behind the video chatting shit, pressing up and down, up and down, up and down, and there's some crazy person in the chat getting really excited about it, cheering him on. This would probably make for one of the worst adverts for this game ever. Am I just past halfway through all my copies now? And to think I started off with 500. To think just like a couple of hours ago, I'd defeated the dragon with only 500 shield. But look at me now. It's going to be a cakewalk from now on. If I went to, like my plan to fight the spirits and to extract from the spirits, if I went over to a spirit now and I just did a macro to keep tapping X on extract, I could probably go outside and go to the gym or something and then come back and I still wouldn't have died. Okay, almost there. I would. Oh, come on. Concentrate. 78,000 now. 78 bloody thousand. Well, pat on the back. I did not expect it. Credit where credit's due. And then what if the shields bars stop and it's just all it is how long would it take for a rat to kill you? Oh god. I think the world would end before a rat would kill me. That was close. At least I've got to explore now. I can see more of the map. So I've definitely got enough. $90,000. Just a wee bit more. This is taking forever. Yep, so much shield. And I didn't have to pay £20 for the fast track option, DLC microtransaction. It's a real bargain, you know. It's the most popular item. Or for £60, I could just pay to have the game completed, so I don't have to play it. Alright, I'm gonna slow down a bit so we can savor the moment. If there's a third bar, I will rage. So many not playing this game for free. Ah! Okay, it's the moment of truth. If there really is a third bar, I'm ending the stream right here. If there isn't a third bar and this is the maximum, what I think I'll do is I'm just going to waltz all the way up to the dragon and try and kill him with whatever spells I've got, just for the fun of it. I'm probably not going to save, but with this amount of shield, I don't think he can touch me. Whew. Okay, let's go. Ah! Please, mercy. Oh, you're the fucking worst. You're just the worst human being. You are evil. Evil. Oh my lord. Evil, evil human being. So the limit is 150,000 then, I'm guessing. Unless there's room for a fourth shield bar. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry for my swearing, but it really warrants it. What I'm going to do now, just for fun, I'm just going to make use of this shield that I've got. Because obviously I'm not going to save now, because that would be idiotic of me. Plan is I'll just get more enhancers, more enhancers, and use my copies to get to what I predict to be the get my enhancers to what I predict to be the limit. Oh, you can't hold it down. Fair enough. Alrighty. This is plenty of shield though. 120,000. Jesus Christ. So happy. I'm bloody not. I still haven't completed my quest to see what the limit is. I've run out of copies. I've run out of Infernos. Are you happy? No, I'm joking. Yeah, this is not going to go well for you, Wolf. I'll help you out a bit though. Third shield bar. But wait, there's more. Oh, the sound effects have come back. Oh, for some reason the sound effects came back. I don't know what, how, why. Oh well. This probably isn't the quickest way to get to the thingy, is it? Should have gone the other way. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I should have gone the. Oh, we'll be alright. Oh, there's loads of swamp. That takes health, but then again I got siphon. Now will the siphon cover my health? We'll find out. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have a victory sip. Actually not a victory sip. I've been trolled so hard. Just the worst human being. I sat here probably for 20 minutes. Up, up, X, down, down, X. Up, X, down, down. That's going to be written on my tombstone, on my urn. Up, X, down, X. Trying to get all this, trying to get to the maximum. If, if all this time there hasn't been a limit, so what if the bar just stops growing and the numbers just, they glitch all the way off the screen? There isn't actually no physical limit to the amount of Reaper. Have I played against this guy before? What's he got? Hmm. What's this guy doing? What was that about? He swings. That wasn't very nice at all. I fought him before. Okay, I've just forgotten. Guardian. Bah, you little pansy. Oh, my sound effects have gone again. Basilisk. Yeah, alright, mate. Alright. So still, even with this amount of shield, there is an enemy that can easily. Yeah, nice one, Basilisk. You're a real powerhouse. That probably wasn't the wisest move. I should have gone around. Alright, let's get a restore going. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay, what should I do? Let's use analyze. 2,500, yeah? Nice try, mate. Next. Actually, I have no idea how much health he's got. Okay, he's only got a bit left. See, I shouldn't be doing this because then it'll make me want to. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep going until I can't anymore, I suppose. So Joker, 2,500. No, not. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? Twist. Doesn't make a difference. I'm not saving, but sorry, that was just major brain fart. Wasn't supposed to use Joker. Yeah, I'm just. I'm just so angry. I hate you right now. I'm gonna try and kill him using strikes. Probably don't have enough spells for that, actually. Yeah, I'm getting rid of him so fast. I think I might have to repair. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Leveling up's going to be easy. It's just a case of how many spells I have. Don't those big numbers look? Don't those big numbers look just look beautiful? Not to me right now. They don't. I mean, I've made significant progress in this game. This has probably been the most fruitful session, I think, out of all of them. But you have no idea just how trolled I feel. Okay, so I'm on 23,000 health. It's not growing as quickly as I hope it would be, as I had hoped it would be. Oh no, what am I doing twist for? Shit. Oh, I wasn't paying attention again. Ugh. Oh, okay. Inferno is 700 to 1,000. Oh, 770 to 100 damage to a dragon. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this dragon is a joke. He can't touch me. The sense of progression in this game is just incredible. Yeah, I'm aware. I wonder if it's easy to get to the point where you have so much shield that all you have to do is attack the dragon. I'm sure I could calculate it, but I can't be bothered. Alright, no more blasts. But extracting spells, once I have maximum shield, if it is just 200,000 or 150,000. I'm not sure you can put another. Twist. I'm going to use more twist this time, not just 10, because I've only got strikes left. What is it I'm testing right now? Nothing really. I'm not learning anything at this point. I'm just killing dragons for the sake of it. Yeah, that's the point. I'm just gonna. Hmm. Anything else interesting that I could do? Not really. Let's just kill him one last time and be off. What else is there for me to try with so much shield? Nothing really. Well, I could do drain. Oh, this does the same amount of damage. You know what? I fancy going up to the demon. I mean, oh, I've just leveled myself. I've just doubled my health pretty much. So that's a stupid idea. The idea was going to be to warp, 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 warp. There we go. Joker siphon to get your shield the whole way down. Huh? Oh yeah, I suppose. Um, Let's have a look at the scouter. Bye-bye. I like being able to fight without worrying about my spells. Oh, this guy. The torment I experienced. Oh, the anguish. And look at this bumpkin. Look at him try. He's trying his darndest. Bless his little art. See ya. Oh, there's nothing here for me. I've forgotten the map a bit. Yeah, about this. Can't even use that. What's death? 315. I imagine the scouter there with a laser pen. Yep. Eagle. Yeah. Sorry, mate. I'm not doing anything right now in particular. I should just, stop it there. Savor this moment. But it's going to be even more ridiculous. Yeah. I don't have any more siphons. I'm wandering around being a boss. That's exactly it. I've worked hard for this. I've gone through a lot. Been a long journey. I'm just trying to think what would be an interesting enemy to encounter. Um, horse, no. I'm running out of attacks though, attacking spells. This is epic. I don't think so. This is kind of dumb. This is a waste of time. If ever there was a waste of time. I don't know if it's coming across just how angry I am that I've been trolled twice, twice by exactly the same thing. Yeah, Phoenix. Um, let's try and kill the Phoenix. Let's use a couple of twists on him. I think he has what 1500, is it? Something along those lines. See if we can get a second Phoenix to appear. It wasn't my intention. Well, you did. You did. And there's no amount of apologies that can take it back. It was most hurtful. So does that mean the shield has a higher maximum than a health? Because the health can definitely only have one bar underneath it. Or does the health bar go up? It stacks upwards. Uh-huh. That's probably it. Where am I going here? Phoenix, another one. Oh yeah, I didn't encounter a second Phoenix, did I? Let me just make sure keep my shield up. Alright. I think I should just run at this point. Yeah. Clown. Hmm. Oh yeah, he gives Joker's blasts and something else, I can't remember. Either way, I'm just going to try and kill him. I don't have Analyze to see his health, so I'll just keep attacking and see if he dies. Or not. I'm just going to escape then. Yeah. Don't worry, it's all in good spirits. I'm not actually, suicidal right now. Oh, one of you again. Not you again. think I should stock up on some repairs. Now we'll run. Okay. At the very top of the map. I wonder if... Oh, that's something I could do right now. Is try and find the enemy that I haven't fought against yet. That's something I could do. So I wonder, will there be any clues as to the whereabouts of this enemy I have not yet encountered? I wonder, I wonder. If you want. If you think that I should be patient and encounter it naturally, fine. But bear in mind, everything is pretty well kind of planned out by this point, I think. I haven't decided what spell I'm going to get to 100, but I imagine that's probably going to be an attacking spell that I want to get to 100. I have to double check. Okay. Titan again. Phantom. You mean 1000? Huh? What do you mean I mean 1000? What's 1000? Or have you just let slip the maximum amount of spells that you can have? Well, I'm going to find the upper limit of spells. After I've done the shield, 100? I don't know. Maybe I did. I meant just to find the upper limit of a spell. It'll probably be an attacking one. Get 1000. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. We've been on for 3 hours now. Let's try and finish this spell. I'll wait for you to check. Nothing. I'll end this. It's south of here. Oh, oh, geez. So is it going to be in the cave with 3 entrances? Aha. A small area with a circle patch of sand in the middle. Okay, let's see. Kind of like a canyon, that area, in the sense of there being a thingy bob. A basilisk means I can't do anything. In the sense of there being like a big wall in the middle. The grass in that area 20%. Okay. I've been there quite a lot actually. That's the place that's got wizards, horses, and wolves, I think. No, wolves are south of there. Ah, okay. Oh, I can run now. And to think the basilisk was a major achievement for me. East of there? Wolves are east of there, huh? Oh, you mean to go east of there? Go east from here and back through that cave. Where the hell am I? Explore. Yeah. Oh no, no, no! Don't worry. I did know that it's not that patch of grass. It's a different patch of grass. I'm not entirely mental. Just a bit. It's a 20% chance, so it's not that bad finding that enemy. Okay. Alright, we're down here. Night. You can bugger right off. I don't have analyzers, so I think if I encounter a wizard, I shall extract and try to get some analyzers off him. Wizard, good. I think he has analyze. Yeah, he does. So let's get a few because obviously it's not 100% effectiveness. We'll get maybe 5, and then we'll escape, and then we'll find this other enemy. My least favorite enemy, I think, is Knight. Then probably Sludge. Sludge is pretty annoying just because it makes you slow. I've never considered how rare this enemy is. So is it rare? So is Wizard probably like 40%, the other one's 40%. Wizard, Horse, Knight. So what? Okay. Didn't realize there were 3. Despite it not being special. I've only got 2 analyze. Three. Yes. So is 20% very rare? I would have thought that's kind of average, considering how many enemies you can counter in any given area. Also, I find it, in my head, incredibly hilarious how you have wizards and mages just wandering around this island as if they're, not human. Alright, he's done for. We can escape now. 20%, but it doesn't appear anywhere else in the game. Oh, I see. Okay. So I'm in the right place right now, yes? I'm in the right area. Near this bit of sand, but on the grass. Oh yeah, and clowns. See, with clowns, I just think of Android 20 on Dragon Ball. Or Android 19, I can't remember which is which. Oh, I'm just going to Google it. Yeah, Google Android 20, Dragon Ball Z. Go right and then down, okay. What, down here? Wizard? Images. So Android 20 is Dr. Giro. There's Android 19. Yes, Android 19. This is what I imagine when I see the clowns. So just Google it. Google image search. I know he's actually not a clown, but he dresses funny. No, look at the map. Okay, I shall look at the map. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, I see. So there's like a little cutout bit right by the cave with all the pillars in it. Okay. So just outside the cave with the pillars, correct? This woods is being a real pain. There's a bit with a very circular bit. Oh, I see. That bit. Okay. I getcha. Alrighty, that's where I'm off to now. Let's just quickly use a siphon in case. Actually, I don't need it. Okay, let's go. Not troll. They should rename troll to velocity 11 because I've been trolled. So here, this is where they. To be fair, I've not spent a lot of time in this area. Ninja. Yep. Um, I've not spent a lot of time in this area. I always just run through it. I don't know why. It's actually a very curious area, considering how symmetrical it is. I will say that I found it very bizarre when I came across it. I'm giving you the content for the best bits. Oh shit. Means I'm making a fool of myself. You are more than welcome to use all of this, by the way. There's no, I'm not embarrassed or anything. Slightly. Pegasus! Hey up, Bull! 1000 health. Alright, let's see what you've got. What do you have? Come on. Do I have souls? I don't have souls. Explore. Anything else? Just explore. Recover. That's not too bad. It does shit all damage. Another explore. Does he literally... Oh, there's another one. Or was that just explore again? Or no, copy, I think. Yeah, copy. The Pegasus is very bog standard. Looks at it. Regen, recover, copy, and explore. It's only got 1000, so let's see if attacking it does anything. If it has any interesting function with its health. 967. Let's keep extracting and see what happens. Because some enemies have not copy, so copy came from something else. Okay, fair enough. 967. Gotta remember. Explore. So I think it's just explore, regenerate, recover then. Yeah, from the wizard. Is that it? Pegasus kind of sucks. What an anticlimax. So a winged horse. Yeah? And heal, but heal's crap. We don't care about heal. Alright. Okay, strike. That's that. So I've uncovered all the enemies. I can tick that off my list. And yeah. Ninja. Yeah, so what I'm doing now is just wasting time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a day. Use a couple of twists on him. Couple of strikes. I'm going to give a few more thoughts to... What am I doing? Let's attack. I'm going to give a few more thoughts to the challenge modes. Has been a lot of fun, yeah. The challenge modes. Let's see. Challenges. 300 health. That's kind of... I don't think I have to do too much planning for that. Yeah, there are enemies I have to avoid. No, no. Oh, for example, the Reaper I have to avoid, 100%. Horde mode. That's just a pain. Permadeath. Battery. That's going to be kind of interesting. And blind mode. Alright, anyway. It's been a pleasure. A pain, but also a pleasure. So... Ooh. Textures. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day then. Just escape, not saving. That's it. I've closed the game window. Oh, it's not responding now. Is this another troll? No, it's not. Alright, well, that's it. Cheerio. And I'll try and play again tomorrow. Probably just farming enhances for the third episode running. Alright, bye bye.